I have a question for you. Do you still party like you used to? Well, actress Greta Lee told Vogue that these days when you go out, people pretend to sip champagne and they're filming themselves. Everything's branded and corporate and lame, and no one knows how to have fun anymore. Do you guys think this is true?
Yeah. Right?
You know what's interesting? All the generations, including the young ones, very young ones in the front, everyone's actually saying yes, nobody knows how to have fun anymore. You know what is so sad that I lament for the younger generations? When I mean younger, I'm not talking to us Gen Xers or elder millennials, okay? Because we know how to party. We do. I do get sad because the only good parties today are the old school parties for the people 40 plus. Yeah. And you know why? Because we go back to the time pre-smartphone, pre-internet, when you actually shared a communal, almost spiritual experience, vibing to the same music, you were going through the same stuff, you would dance with a band. P.S. we would dance. Kids, ask your parents what that is, because they don't do it anymore. And I think the smartphones have taken kids out of the moment.
Not present.
I think they're not present. I think they're too worried about what they look like. They don't want to post stuff because everything is this. It's like, guys, let's look like we're having a good time at the club, okay? And then they put the phone down and they're...
No,
and it's like, so what I think the sad thing, I think, for your generation, is that we actually did something really special, and that was be present and have a communal experience that actually changed us. If you didn't walk out of the club with your mascara down your face
and sweat out that hairdo,
you know, you had your shoes off walking on the streets of Toronto in your bare feet. Like, it sounds gross, but it was a rite of passage that really made you feel something. And I think so many kids today, they just don't feel, and they especially don't feel joy. So bring back the clubs for the kids.
Yay! It's funny that you say that because we share the same sentiment because I too took my clothes off a layaway at Le Chateau and broke it down at the club. Miss those days. And I was talking to my friend who's actually a high school teacher, and we were discussing this. I'm like, yeah, what is going on with these young people? Because he's like, I'm there at the dance and I'm seeing it. So he pulled one of the students aside and he's like, why aren't you dancing? She was like, oh, no, I'm not dancing. I'm not trying to go viral. And she explained it. She's like, listen, everybody has a camera phone, and whether you dance well or you dance really bad, what you don't want to do is end up all over the internet, because whatever you do in this gymnasium doesn't just end up talked about with the people at the party or the people at the school. Now the world may see this. So they're like, I'm not taking a chance, and I don't need this video trailing me for the rest of my life and people coming up to me going, oh, you're the girl who twerked at the party, we saw you. So they're so reserved and so nervous about being judged for doing something wrong, and that's why we don't understand it, because there were maybe you had a disposable camera on, but I don't remember cameras. Maybe there was a professional photographer who came around to the club for 2 minutes and then disappeared, but we didn't have cameras. That's why we had no problem sweating out our weaves and our bangs and all of our outfits.
That's right.
Because no one was there to record it and then try to embarrass you later. So I was like,
use it against you.
I have to tell you something that not a lot of people know about me is what I've never partied before.
What do you mean?
I've never gone to a club, never went to any university party.
Andrea, I'm sorry, can I just stop?
Yeah.
Your aunties need to intervene right now.
Immediately.
Never.
Wait,
never.
Why?
Never.
Why?
I just had zero interest, and my parents were so strict. It was like I wasn't allowed to do a lot of these things.
Not a school dance?
Not as, I went to one formal in university, and that was it. But for me, it was like,
But do you feel?
fine.
But how did you feel about that?
I never felt like I missed out on anything, and I actually had alcohol for the first time last year. My friend's bachelorette party.
What happened?
Okay, so we went to a cocktail class. That was her bachelorette party, and it was 100.
Whoa! Look at you!
Oh,
get it, Deepa.
That was me.
You paid for the club!
With the lights on.
Wow.
And it was classy. There was
Wow.
nice music. Everyone's making their fancy drinks. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll just down all of them. But I was clearly like tipsy. And I was like, I don't think this life is
Wow.
But it's funny that you say that you weren't missing out, because I tend to agree. I did go to clubs, but what I like about this kind of new era of having fun is there's all different options. I did feel like when I was in university and just out of university that the only option for having fun was getting really drunk and putting on a really tight dress and shoes that maybe didn't make me feel like me, and going out listening to music that maybe I didn't like anyway. And I love that now there's options. There's all sorts, like whether people are cold plunging, whether people are going to like coffee morning raves, whether people are going to like adult summer camp. I like that there's options, because for me, those weren't the good old days. Sorry,
equate a good time at a club with a cold plunge. Yeah. Is that what you're doing on this Friday?
Listen, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel, I like that there's options. I just like that people aren't forced into one lane because not everyone felt comfortable at a club.
I feel like we have a mission to take these two out.
Yes, we
and
do.
get them to break it down. And
I was
their
gonna
hair out.
say,
Yeah.
and I was gonna say follow on Instagram, but you know what? It won't be on Instagram. It won't be.
Thank you.
Thank God.
What happens in the club
Stays in the
stays
club.
in the club.
Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.